I'm David Ginsberg, VP of Supply Chain for Sonic Manufacturing Technologies in Fremont, California. We are a EMS provider, Electronic Manufacturing Services, which puts us in electronics contract manufacturing, similar to some of the larger companies you may have heard of, like Flextronics and Jabil, Celestica, Sanmina, that space. We have a single facility in the San Francisco Bay Area, Silicon Valley. So we're very comfortable with prototypes and NPI, with lots of engineering changes, lots of schedule compression. We can handle engineering change typically better than the competitors because all the systems are built around speed. By having a system that's focused on speed and accepting change rather than fighting it, it makes for a good customer relationship. Our core system is expandable ERP. And we have integrated other things to that to help with the data and the communications of that data to everybody that needs to be involved with the decision process. For example, we can book an order from a customer and upon sales order entry, run the MRP process, export it into the eCommerce system, which sends it out to our top suppliers. For all the parts they're able to meet our price quantity delivery, the system hands them a purchase order. Half the parts show up on the dock without a buyer ever being involved. The other half of the parts, the exceptions go back to the buyers and they either approve the exceptions or source them where they need to go. So we can go from sales orders on Monday to parts in the building Wednesday through Friday. And it keeps our costs low and our responsiveness high, which makes us look more attractive than especially the offshore supplier and perhaps some of the local competition. We're running at about 1 million parts per week, perhaps 1,000 line items per week, so 1 million each is 1,000 part numbers per week. We have in process at any given time perhaps 500 open jobs in the factory. We're processing 50,000 MRP records in each run. Even with that level of complexity, it takes maybe a half hour to run the MRP during business hours, which really is an incredible testament to the MRP engine in Expandable. I don't know of another MRP engine that could run that fast during business hours with all users on the system. The advantage that Expandable has over perhaps some of the larger and costlier ERP systems is that it's simple, it's straightforward, it's typically done on one screen. I've seen some ERPs where you have to log into 5 separate screens on 3 different menu trees in order to complete a purchase order. Expandable, you click PO and you enter a purchase order. It's a much better structure for users and user compliance and acceptance than perhaps the larger packages. Another thing I do like very much about Expandable is that for the complexity of our operations, our IT staff consists of 50% of one person. We have a half-time employee supporting this level of complexity and it runs perfectly fine. We've been using Expandable since 1998. It has been a stellar product. It's the best ERP system that I've used across the 10 or so companies that I worked at. The support has been great. The upgrades have been great. There is not a faster or more accurate ERP engine on the market. And because the Expandable system itself sits on top of Microsoft SQL, the database is very open and easy and intuitive to work with. So whether it's creating custom scripts or doing third-party integrations or tying it together with something like Crystal Reports or financial reporting, it's easy. And that's a fabulous advantage to a company is the ease of use. To have a straightforward ERP system that works and sails through the factory with ease, getting full support and accurate data timely, is a small miracle these days. And I'm grateful to have that type of tool set at Sonic.